Morning. Thank you, CONCERT and Wiley, for the invitation. Some of you may remember me when I was there in person more than 4 years ago. So this morning, I'm delighted to join you online to share NUS Library's efforts in staying agile, innovative, and resilient. So can I have the next slide, please? So this agenda will help us frame how NUS libraries remain forward-thinking and constantly make changes to stay relevant. So in this VUCA world, as we all called it, libraries have to be prepared for the unexpected. The COVID-19 pandemic taught us that we should not wait for something to happen and then react. We need to anticipate changes and be prepared to pivot as quickly as possible whenever needed. Next slide, please. Since 2018, NUS Libraries moved from reporting to the Deputy President of Administration to the Senior Deputy President and Provost. So within 4 years, we went through 3 different Associate Provosts. The most recent change took place last year with a new Associate Provost, Professor Daniel Goh, overseeing NUS Libraries. With effect from January this year, a new University Librarian Designate was appointed. So Dr. Natalie Pang will take over from me from 1st of July this year. So these changes and the COVID situation would have derailed any library and caused concerns for staff. But because we are agile and forward-thinking, we could continue to transform and innovate to be entrenched in the education and research ecosystem to support the university's mission, no matter what changes within the library or outside of the library. So we regrouped the teams who have their own areas of responsibilities, but at the same time work collaboratively as one across all functions and clusters. So a firm organizational structure where each individual understands his or her role will ensure that we are prepared and ever ready to pivot when changes come our way. Yeah. Next slide, please. So to stay relevant, we start with the review of our mission and our purpose. We have to constantly reflect to see whether our library and services are still fit for purpose. We constantly challenge ourselves to build the library of the future. So you may ask, what is the library of the future? Whether it is the future or now, I think the library is all about the people, the collections, the programs, the services, and the spaces. So in a recent report by Scott Carlson in the Chronicle of Higher Education, he envisioned the library of the future revolving around the future of spaces, the future of collections, and the future of the library profession. So his thoughts confirm that in order for libraries to stay relevant and sustainable in a fast-moving digital environment, we need to enable capabilities, embrace and adopt new technologies, and build new skills to support the community. So COVID showed us that this is now more critical than ever before. But our fundamental role does not change. The library is the connector and knowledge exchange nexus. Our key purpose is to empower the university community with information resources, knowledge networks, and interactive platforms to advance interdisciplinary learning, research, and innovation. So we connect people to people, people to the physical and virtual collections, people to the physical and virtual spaces, and we help in order to help our users to succeed. So it is the how that changes, but the fundamentals do not change. Next, please. So to stay true to our purpose and to keep NUS's mission, to be aligned with NUS's mission, to educate, inspire, and transform insight, we partner students to equip them with lifelong information, research, and digital literacy skills, faculty in embedding information and digital literacy programs in curriculum, researchers in the discovery of new frontiers, and to increase visibility of their work and impact on society. So strategic planning and constant shifting to embrace the digital environment, ensure we are closely aligned with the university's mission, to ensure alignment with NUS as well as within the library. Strategic planning starts from the ground up with retreats, workshops, and town halls. We plan ahead for 3 years and then drive initiatives through a formalized annual work plan, which forms the basis of the annual performance plan for each individual staff. So strategic goals, they have to be reviewed on a regular basis to see if they are still relevant. So I cannot stress enough how important it is to get all staff involved from ground up in strategic planning and development, which I would say is very much a continual work in progress. Next slide, please. So through our refreshed strategic goals, we drive innovative services for influential research, quality education, and visionary enterprise. We establish growth in knowledge and capabilities for future generations. We enable a collaborative environment for experiential digital learning and innovation while driving organizational excellence for continuous improvement. While it may seem that each cluster supports one goal, all clusters work cohesively as one to optimize innovative digital-enabled teaching and learning services through the physical and digital, or what we call the phygital spaces. So services very often cut across all clusters, and as such, collaboration amongst library teams is critical to achieving successful outcomes. Next slide, please. So the 4 strategic goals are supported by 16 strategic priorities. For the first goal, the 4 priorities include partnering faculty to integrate library programs into NUS's curriculum to support interdisciplinary education, partnering faculty, researchers, and departments to offer programs to support research lifecycle, integrating immersive technology and tools to support learning and research, and increasing the use of digital scholarship tools to showcase research projects for learning and research. So priorities 3 and 4 will see us actively partnering faculty to use immersive technologies for blended learning as the university embarks on advancing what we call blended learning 2.0. Next, please. So for the second goal, it will be driven by 3 priorities: strengthening the Southeast Asian collection to position the library as a Southeast Asian resource hub. We'll be happy to work with any one of you if you have rare materials on Southeast Asian history and culture. Yeah. The second priority is enriching NUS's institutional and data repositories to improve the discoverability and ensure the long-term preservation of scholarly content. And thirdly, procuring and enhancing access to a high-quality electronic resource collection. We all know this. We have to license and as many resources as possible so that our users can have access to them 24/7. So we had always emphasized an e-first even before the COVID pandemic. So the mega digital library actually provided the access, much needed access to e-resources 24/7 from anywhere where our users have internet. So I just cannot imagine the disruption it would have caused our users if we had not gone on this journey to grow our electronic resources many years ago. Yeah. Next slide, please. So in providing facilities for blended learning and experiential learning, the two key priorities are to expedite the digital transformation, to enhance discoverability, operational efficiency, user experience, and intelligent environments through a digital transformation framework, and leveraging on technology and space to create a more immersive and experiential phygital learning environment. So we assess new technologies and implement them where necessary to improve the experience for our users. Next slide, please. So the fourth goal with 7 priorities provide overarching support for the other 3 goals. So aligning library strategic plan to help advance NUS's strategic priorities is key to providing the roadmap for the library to advance. We will be leveraging on a newly formed NUS Libraries Academic Advisory Committee comprising of 14 academics from diverse faculties and backgrounds to help us strategize and further transform the library. We are collaborating with our Office of Organizational Excellence Transformation Unit, which is under the purview of the NUS President, to embark on continuous improvement projects to drive organizational excellence. So as we all know, our people form the bedrock of our library. So we therefore have to develop talent and build staff capabilities to take on new roles. We are emphasizing on embedding analytics and AI for data-driven decision-making. Almost all our librarians have been trained in basic AI and data literacy programs funded by the university. Like most libraries, our communities are not aware of the role of the library, so we are re-strategizing our communications and engagement initiatives to further increase the library's branding and profile. And lastly, financial support is critical to our ability to implement programs and services, as we all know. So with diverse demands on the operating budget, we will maximize provision of resources and services with an agile, all-in-one budget. So as I mentioned right from the beginning, strategic planning and development provides a roadmap for us to envision the future of our library. So constant changes and major transformations keep us attuned to the university's strategy and mission. Next slide, please. I will now share with you some of the initiatives we implemented before and after the pandemic to support education, research, enterprise, and organizational excellence. So even before COVID, we had been accelerating the digitization of special and distinctive collections. So the launch of the Digital Gems, our virtual library of rare historical materials portal, provided access to digitized rare materials for access by researchers, not only within NUS, but all over the world. Unique and hard to find items with focus on Southeast Asia history, Southeast Asian history, Chinese studies, and biodiversity. They form a rich base for students and researchers. So we offer text and data APIs so that interested scholars can mine, analyze, and create interactive digital humanities projects using data visualization and textual analysis tools. The digital collections will also be used to support digital-based teaching and research and digital scholarship. So easy access to high-quality content remains crucial to academics who in turn look to libraries for support. So in meeting the teaching and research demands of our community, more than 900,000 pages of Southeast Asian historical materials were digitized and made accessible. So we are accelerating this initiative so that more digitized content can be made accessible. Next. In the education arena, these are the various types of library workshops we conduct around the year, with the university accelerating blended learning, as I mentioned earlier, with technology enhanced learning. We will be designing more programs that incorporates immersive tools using VR, AR, as well as the 360-degree visualization cylinder. One-on-one consultation sessions with students and researchers, both online and in person, will continue to be offered. Librarians as information specialists play a significant role in sharing their expertise with the academic community. So one pertinent example of how librarians can play a part of the teaching ecosystem is our experience working with students of a particular program. In March 2020, most of the students had to switch from their planned empirical projects to secondary data analysis and systematized reviews. So our librarians worked together with the faculty by providing back-to-back consultation sessions and help these students to graduate. In collaboration with our faculty partners, we conduct more than 200 curriculum integrated sessions. Next slide, please. So they are fully managed and delivered by the library. So most of these are converted to online and e-modules. We had also converted 200 bite-sized tutorial videos so that the students can learn at their own pace. Next slide. So I'm going to speed up now. Next slide, please. So we also continue to organize more workshops, bite-sized kind of workshops for our students. We awarded nearly 150 digital badges to students who participated in these programs. So these badges can be uploaded to their LinkedIn accounts. Next slide, please. The NUS Open Day to attract prospective students went online last year. We were invited by the Office of Admissions to create an interactive tour of the campus, and that tour, the interactive virtual tour, attracted more than 3 million participants during the week-long event. Next one. We accelerated support of our digital scholarship. We changed both the virtual space as well as the physical space so that more students and faculty can come into both spaces, whether to teach or to use the facilities within the space. Next one, scholarly communication. Next one is on scholarly communication. Again, this part we are also evolving with advancements in technology. So one example is the HEAT in Urban Asia website. It is an example of collaborative project with our Asia Research Institute, leveraging on open source applications such as data visualization, interactive maps, and with the blogging capabilities. So this is one example of how we work closely with the researchers. Next is on, I'm just thinking, am I supposed to be closing up now? It seems like I don't have 20 minutes.
Just move up. Just move up, okay.
Okay. So I will just breeze through very quickly. Next slide is on open access, which we are going into supporting open access through APCs. Next one. Next slide, just to talk about the Singapore Alliance and how we actually sign up for Rapid ILL together after our experience with the free access to Rapid ILL. Then the next slide. So we switched from e-textbooks because e-textbooks are very, very costly. So although we partner publishers, we had to look for open educational resources so that we can the cost can actually be reduced further, because e-textbooks, most of the modules are quite expensive. So maybe I just jump to the digital transformation framework. So very quickly, the digital transformation framework, which is slide 22. Yeah, so we're using this framework to help us to improve and expand on our internal and user-facing operations so that we can streamline workflows as well. So the next slide is just, can I have the next slide, please? To show you that we are using this model to help us to map how we transform the digital initiatives within the library. Then can we have slide 25? So this one is about services on the go, where we are leveraging on the university's mobile app called Universe. We have uploaded our library essentials on this so that the students can have access to it anywhere from anywhere outside campus or even within campus. Okay, so the next few slides, if you can just help me to scroll through the next one. So the next one is all about our revitalization, because we're lucky to have funding to modernize 3 of our libraries, the Central Library, the Medicine and Science Library, as well as the Hon Sui Sen Library, all together at the same time. Next slide. So with the renovation for the Central Library, which is completed, we have put in place many facilities. So we have renamed one of the spaces as Tech Central, where we have our 360 visualization suite. We have the green room, what we call the technology enhanced learning imaginarium. We have a self-recording studio, as well as a lightboard recording studio as well. Okay, so can you just breeze through the slides then? Yeah, so next one. Okay, so this 360 is our latest sort of toy. We hope to be able to get people to come in and use this facility, and especially as a teaching tool, because if you can't go to certain places, we hope this 360 will give the students the kind of immersive learning that they need. Yeah, okay, so we just go to the last slide. Okay, so I think that's all I have. I didn't realize I've taken up 20 minutes so quickly. So thank you for your attention, and look forward to the future and continue our role in bridging knowledge. So what I want to say is that we need to invest in developing our librarians. So with a combination of technical, teaching, and people's skills, such as AI knowledge, data literacy, research methods, etc. So the world of librarianship is no longer what it is before. So I think it is more demanding. So we need to build new capabilities, embrace new technologies, and adapt to changes very quickly in order to continue to remain crucial and play an integral part in the transformation of the university. Yeah, so we imagine where universe will take us, metaverse will take us in the digital world, but we just have to be prepared. Yeah. Okay, thank you. With that, I thank you for your attention.